Even though Chex cereal was first introduced in 1937, it wasn't until nearly 20 years later when people's recipes for putting Chex into a party mix came about. It was another 30 years after that before Chex officially began to package and release its own official Chex Mix. Chex may have taken their time, but today our verdict on the snacks will come quickly, and it will reverberate through the snacking community. You try, Dad. You tried, Dad. I'm Nick Nowak from the Palace. Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys like Chex Mix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Chex Mix, #1 snack food in the land.
I think the best use of Chex is the Muddy Buddy, or also known as Puppy Chow.
Puppy Chow, yeah.
Chocolate, peanut butter, powdered sugar.
Right.
Yeah, that's
cover Chex Mix.
the best Chex preparation.
And ingredients I love
is to turn it into something not resembling Chex at all.
I like to take a couple Chex Mix, sprinkle them on a plate, and then lay a giant medium rare prime rib on top. No, I like it actually. I like it quite a bit. My grandmother used to make Chex Mix, and now I think my sisters have taken over for her. But a really, really good Chex Mix, and she would like bag it up for us at Christmas time and take it home, and I would like pound through it like the next day. But I'm a fan.
Wait, it's homemade Chex Mix.
Homemade Chex Mix, yeah. But using the
what makes it really, really good?
She
Sprinkle
put
a little cocaine on top of it.
It was cocaine. There was like chunks of lobster. No, it was like
cocaine and lobster.
I don't know the exact recipe, but it's like Worcestershire sauce and salt and like seasonings and like there's like pretzel rods and like it's not like a plain bagged
one single piece of Chex cereal somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Chex.
Here's what she did.
Peanuts in there.
Chex cereal. There's pretzels.
And here's a twist. More pretzels. No, it's cashews, peanuts. Okay, it's fucking good. Okay, there was more than one type of Chex. It was like the wheat Chex and the rice Chex.
Oh boy! Whoa, that's exotic.
She was fucking loaded. Okay, she was like
two Chexes.
The guy at the store would be like, "Oh, box of Chex. You must be making Chex Mix." And she went, "No." And then she pulled a second box out, and the guy was like, "What?"
His head exploded.
You got that 2 Chex money?
And then she paid with a check, and he was like, "Fuck you." Anyway, go ahead. It was a third check you she pulled out.
If you like Chex so much,
check this out.
Chad, was there any Chex Mix on the Walt Disney cruise?
There was not. No Chex Mix. They did have a lot of cereal, like different kinds of cereal, but not Chex. I think they had like Special K.
Was it all Mickey branded? Like, was there like Mickey shaped Cheerios and?
Mickey shaped Cheerios. No, you had to make them yourself. Actually, if you were going to do that, the most they had, they just take 3 together. It's kind of easy.
He gave you a penknife to carve the Cheerios.
They had Mickey waffles.
A guy in a Mickey costume mixing wheat and plain Chex together.
They had Mickey waffles every morning for breakfast, but I didn't think they tasted very good, personally. But yeah, we went on this nice segue. We went on this Mickey cruise, this Disney cruise, a couple weeks back.
Full of Mickeys.
Full of Mickeys.
Mickey Rourke was there, and Mickey Rooney.
There was
50 people in Mickey costumes hanging out on the deck.
Hey.
Yeah, you did. I'm
creepy.
You did see, like we did. The first thing when we walked in is there's Mickey in his captain's outfit standing on the stairs waving to everybody.
Oh wow!
And we're like, "Who's driving the boat?" But nobody, because it was docked at the time. But yeah, no, I mean it's good.
His credentials.
Yeah. If you, I hope you don't pilot this thing like Steamboat Willie. That's what I yelled at him, and then he flicked me off.
Steamboat Willie crashed the boat?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I was like,
he did.
"Is he a famously bad captain? I didn't know that."
Remember when Steamboat Willie sunk the Titanic? You guys remember that?
I do actually.
He was too busy being out front. I'm the mouse of the world, and then they hit an iceberg.
You're talking about Steamboat Willie Johnson, who is the Titanic captain.
Captain of their softball team. Steamboat Willie Johnson to the plate.
And then
Anyway.
like Goofy was like, playing, he was going down with the ship. He's like up there like playing the violin as it sinks, like gosh. So a couple funny things that happened along the way. One was so there was just like a weird guy as we're getting, so the cruise left from San Diego. So we had to fly down to San Diego to get onto it from San Francisco. And we're at the airport. This is the first time in a long time that we've been on a plane. And for my kids, like, I have a 5-year-old. She hasn't been on a plane since she was 9 months old. And like my son's never been on a plane. And so we're getting, through the airport. We're like riding the the little like train that takes you to the terminals or whatever. And there's a guy there, and he starts talking to me because I have these little kids, and he's like, "Oh, you're taking little kids on the plane, huh?" I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "Well, you know what you need to do if they start giving you problems? It's like you just pick them up, put them in the overhead bin, close the door." I was just like, "Oh yeah," and then he's like, "That's what I used to do with my kids." And I'm like, "You did?" And he's like, no. But what we did do for real was one time I was on a flight with my daughter. She was really young and she wouldn't stop crying. So we just stuck her underneath the seat in front of us. And then she stopped crying and she slept for the whole flight. And he was like dead serious about it. And
Great,
this guy's like 60 or something.
What?
And then he like points over to this like, 25 or something year old woman that he's with. And he's like, "That's her right there. She turned out okay." And she like gives him this look of like, "I fucking hate you, Dad, and everything you stand for." like really did not like her dad, I think. And so that made me realize I probably shouldn't put my kids underneath the seat in front.
Probably. Yeah, that was what made
that
me
was the look really sealed the deal there.
It's probably do you think he actually did it, or she was just like, "God, quit telling these fucking stories to strangers and making me be part of them"?
That's a good question. I do think he really did it based on just the way his like tone shifted from the overhead bin joke to like this other thing.
But really, I did it. Whoa, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I shoved her under the fucking seat.
Did she start to protest and he just start kicking her under the tram seat?
Who told you to talk? Get under the seat.
Wait, why is his daughter riding the tram to the airport?
They were like must have been flying together. Like him and his daughter and like his wife was there too.
Oh, for some reason I thought this was the tram driver. I don't know.
She comes with me everywhere I go. What?
And there she is. We're coming up on her now, and he just plows over her.
I keep her under my tram seat when I'm driving. Pulls her out. So that was a little weird. The other weird thing that happened on the cruise was, you guys never been on a cruise, right? Or have you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, so there's like a lot of times, at least on this cruise, there's 3 different restaurants. It's a 4-day cruise, so they rotate you between the restaurants, but for dinner, but your wait staff comes with you each night so that you have the same wait staff like every night, and they like get to know you and they try to like joke around with you and all sorts of stuff.
Like you specifically have the same waiter every time, or like there's the same collection of waiters?
No, you have the exact same waiter every single night.
Wow.
And so you got to be nice to him, I guess. But
did you get a good one?
Okay. So it's sort of. So there was 2 waiters that follow us around. There's a guy and a girl, and the woman, she does mostly like the drinks and stuff, and she's like sort of like was the second in command, and then like the guy was like clearly in charge. He was like taking the orders, blah blah blah. And we really liked the woman. She was super nice. She like made a bunch of origami stuff for our kids. She was really friendly. But the guy, like, he just had like this super like kind of fake attitude that like I just, like it was just really like see-through kind of thing, and like these fake smiles and everything. And he was trying to tell these jokes, and they just like weren't landing. And like there was one night there was some music, and we were with my mom and like my in-laws, and he picked up my mom from the table, like grabbed her hand and yanked her up and made her like start dancing with him and stuff. And she was like having fun and dancing with him, but I was like, I don't think she wants to be dancing with you right now. Like, she's kind of got bad knees and like,
taking your mom back to his room. Yeah, sure, she wants to go.
So like, you get the same waiters, and you have to keep going back to the room with them every night if you get the same one.
Yeah, he's serving the same dessert every night, if you know what I mean.
Who's coming with me tonight?
Just puts a bottle on the table and spins it. But then I think it was like the third night or something. Like, so the food was like not awesome. I kind of expected it to be like a little bit better because everybody says it's supposed to be really good on these Disney cruises. But a lot of it, like some of it was good, but some of it came out like kind of cold or like tough or whatever. So my mother-in-law orders this duck one night, and like the duck comes out, and it was like hard. Like it was not really, I tried it. I was like, I wouldn't eat this either. So she like didn't really want to eat it. So she has this like mostly uneaten duck sitting in the plate. And like the waiter comes around, he's like, aren't you eating your duck? And she's like, oh, I just don't really want to. He's like, come on, eat the duck.
Weird thing to have on a Disney cruise.
When one of their main characters is a duck.
Whoever orders a duck, Donald just comes up and like fucking slaps him.
That was my cousin. Just whacks it in their face.
You just ate Huey.
Did you have boiled mice for dinner? And then Mickey got upset?
Yeah, there was no mice. But
hey, come back to my room.
He sounded like Mario at the end there, kind of. I was like, oh, hey!
Nobody's piloting the boat right now. Come on back. So he's like, come on, eat the duck. And she just is kind of like, oh, no, it's okay. So he takes like her fork and like puts like a piece of the duck on the fork and like force feeds her the duck. Like he like has like he puts it up to her mouth, like the fork up to her mouth, and
did he have a crush on your mom?
No, this is my mother-in-law.
Oh,
so he's yeah. So he's making the rounds of the old ladies. And it's like she like finally opens her mouth and he like puts the thing in and then like takes the fork out, and so she's like got the duck in her mouth, and he's like, see, it's great, and then he like moves along, and as soon as he's gone, she like spits it back out on the plate.
Pushing her jaw up and down. That's true. Massaging her larynx.
Swallow the fucking duck.
Yummy duck.
It's like, now shit it out.
The goddamn duck, right? Shit. Massaging her bowels.
How fast does he expect her to digest the food? It's gonna spend 0 time in your stomach. Just get the fuck out of your body. Oh, what the hell?
Move it through your goddamn small intestine.
Pushing down on her stomach, Heimlich style. Let's move it down here now. Let's push it this way.
I don't see any logs. Yeah, I'd be upset about that too, Beef, making your mother-in-law shit at the dinner table.
So yeah, that was weird. And then and then after that, he I don't know, he was like doing all this other weird stuff. Like one time he like came over and we like weren't eating the food again, and he's like, well, when my daughter was young and she wouldn't eat the food, I would just shove her under the table and stick the fucking food in her mouth. And then he like pulls his daughter out from underneath the chair.
That was really weird. Yeah.
No, that part didn't happen.
No.
No. Anyway.
I mean, I suppose I could see like, he's probably done a million of these cruises. It's like constantly like dealing with kids like throwing their mac and cheese all over the fucking boat and shit, and he'd just be like, "Hey guys," like having to do his little like soft shoe routine. No, I don't hate my life at all. Don't worry about it. But like shoving food in her mouth and like enforcing her to eat is really fucking a violation.
Hey, Mickey,
of
these guys won't
space.
eat the duck. Mickey walks up and just stares straight at her and goes, "Eat the fucking duck."
Our underpaid chefs spent hours slaving over a stove to make that duck. Eat the fucking duck.
Looks like we got a real badass here, huh? Walks over the big baseball bat.
Rolling up his sleeves.
Who do you fucking think you are?
I heard a little rumor that somebody won't eat the goddamn. Then he slams the baseball bat down the table.
Do you want to hear how I got these scars? What? What's he doing now? He's just slicing the costume open. Fucking razor blade. Think it's funny? Who's laughing now?
But as we mentioned last week, there were unlimited brats up on the pool deck, and that was tasty.
Yep,
so.
That happened this week. We talked about that. Do not check the archives.
It's a sad state when the brats are more appealing than the duck.
There was a kid, like one of the lunches, I was like, I don't like this food. And so I just didn't eat it. And then immediately after lunch, I went up to the pool and got a brat and a hot dog.
That's such a weird thing to have on a cruise. Like a tropical cruise.
Bratwurst.
Here's the fucking bratwurst. Like, look, I'll eat it. Who am I? I'm just saying, like, it's a weird. Like,
it was a good brat.
So, is it like you only have like how big's the menu? Because it's a boat, they can't run out for more provisions. So, is it just like you have like your choice of like 3 main dinner items that night?
It was like every night there was like 6 or 7 things to choose from, and then also like they had appetizers and like that's all included, so you can order like whatever you want. So like I think the last night my wife ordered like all 6 appetizers just to like try them all, and then, like didn't like most of them.
He came by and make her eat each one of them in sequence.
And they had like there's like a soft serve machine you can go to at any time of day or night and just get soft serve. So that was kind of cool.
You're like about to bite down on a bratwurst. It's like mouth wide open. You hear, "I thought you weren't hungry."
You didn't eat much of your lunch.
What?
This is a bit suspicious. Like rips the bratwurst out of your hand, shoves a baseball bat in your mouth instead. Enjoy the taste of this.
I've got some all-you-can-eat ass whooping right here. Don't I beat the shit out of you, kicking you in the ribs, hold you up in front of the cruise. Look who didn't like their duck. Anyone else not like the duck?
I guess if you're not hungry, you won't be needing these teeth. Smash.
Like one portion of duck was wasted, Mickey. Calm down. Holy shit. We are a multi-billion-dollar organization. You don't have to, you can calm down.
Welcome to Mickey Mouse's Duck Cruise.
Yeah, did I say he was in his captain costume? I meant he was in his enforcer costume. He had an executioner's mask pulled down over the big ears.
He was wearing a gimp outfit.
All right, we got 3 snags. We're on a 5-point scale. Love that, like that, different that, dislike that, hate that. All right, let's eat the Chex Mix. This is new, the Chex Mix remix.
Yeah, they've remixed it. Not my grandmother's recipe. I'll say that.
She didn't have a cheesy pizza.
No.
This is a cheesy pizza.
She didn't have
it. Reeks.
Yeah. Don't worry, you got a family-sized bag, so you can eat it for a while. Whew. All right, so they are garlic and herb Chex, pizza crust bagel chip, a cheese puff, and pizza sauce Chex. That sounds nasty. The pizza sauce check. Yeah.
Smells so fucking fake.
What, as opposed to Chex Mix naturally sowed from the earth?
This ain't grandma's Chex Mix, I'll tell you that.
Hmm.
There is like definitely a tomato and cheese pizza, or like, you know, that pizza kind of flavor that
Yeah.
you
Like
see
the
on
oregano.
snacks.
It tastes like I'm eating like a spoonful of pizza sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
It's just the sauce.
Yeah.
And Chad fucking hates pizza sauce. So.
Or it's like when my kids, like, sometimes we'll get cheese pizza for my kids and they will like just rip off the cheese and tomato sauce from the top and like either only eat that or only eat the bread. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But it tastes like that, that part that ripped off thing.
Yeah.
All right, Geiger, what do you think?
My natural inclination in the beginning was to say that it wasn't that bad. But it is very much just eating pizza. It feels like you're eating like bad mass-produced, like Cisco brand pizza sauce in crunch form. And that, I think if I had more than like the couple handfuls I had, that would get old really fast. Like, you know how like a taste wears on you pretty quick?
As you reach.
Well, I want to make sure I'm testing.
This is going to get old quick.
This is so old. I'm deliciously old.
I have a hypothesis. I gotta test it.
Well, see, he's got Mickey behind him. Like, he's like, eat the Chex Mix. So he's got no choice.
I actually think the cheese puff might be the best, which is kind of surprising. Not normally a cheese puff guy. The garlic check is absolutely, to me, the worst. It's like coated with like powder and it's like crumbly. Doesn't taste good. At the end of the day, I think I'll stick with an indifferent. I don't think the taste is bad. I just don't think how much of this I could really eat. And as Novak said, the smell is not great.
It's the smell.
It is the smell.
Chad?
I'm kind of with Geiger where, like, at first, the first couple bites, I thought it was, like, you know, it was okay. I did get a Chex first, and I actually thought that was maybe the best bite I had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I even got a cheese puff, actually, in here. I mean, I'm sure they're in the bag, but I don't know if I ate
They're
one.
terrible.
The cheese puff?
They crumble.
Here it
like
is.
Yeah, they're
dissolve.
crumbly, but I didn't think they were that, like...
Oh.
They're not puffy.
You don't
Right.
think they're
They don't
I
taste
thought
like
they were
cheese puffs.
better.
I do not like that cheese puff at all. That seals the deal for me. I mean, I'm not a huge tomato guy to begin with, especially this like fake kind of tomato thing. So yeah, I'm gonna slide this into a dislike dat.
Yeah, this... I get why they're saying cheesy pizza because it's more appealing than writing like ketchup flavor, which is like kind of what this tastes like. Yeah, just they need more of the cheese portion and less of the tomato. They're not good. I'm gonna give them a dislike dat. So, and 2 dislikes and a different. Let's go next to the what is this? The want.
Want. This comes
Want
from
rice snack.
listener Des. Thank you, Des. This is the Want rice snack spicy flavor. These are made in Taiwan, it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, the bag's complete. There's no English on the bag, short of the little sticker that Love Nutrition Facts that tells us what it is.
I think
but
Want
it does
is
have-
Taiwanese for Chex Mix. I could be wrong.
It does have a picture on the front of the snack, which looks like little pieces of popcorn, and it's surrounded by chili peppers and like a bowl of fire.
Chad is having some difficulty early. Because of the spice level?
Yeah, and it didn't kick in after the first one. It wasn't until I ate a couple. But it's not super intense. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's kind of able to wash it out with like a little bit of water, but
It's a weird shape.
Yeah.
It's like
I like the crunch to it. It has a good crunch.
Yeah.
It's
Kind of hard to say what it tastes like. Kind of like soy sauce with like red pepper flake on it almost.
yeah, it's like a crunchier. It's like about each piece is about the size of a piece of popcorn, and they're just crunchier. Okay, Chad, what do you think?
I mean, I don't like spicy stuff to begin with. Everyone who listens to this podcast knows that at this point. It is sort of a weird combo of flavors where you have that like hint of soy sauce sweetness, like Geiger mentioned. There's like a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of soy sauce, and then it's all overwhelmed by the spiciness for me, and that like peppery kind of flavor that I don't really like. And maybe it's because the flavor of the other stuff isn't really strong enough. I think a non-spicy flavor of this I would actually really, really like, because I do like the form factor. I like the crunch. I think there could be something good here, but it's not this flavor for me. This one is a dislike that.
Yeah, there's not like a real discernible flavor to it, like we said. It just needs, and I don't find it very spicy. The chili peppers and bowl of fire, I'm not sure is accurate.
No.
They don't taste great, and the crunch is okay, I guess. But having no flavor is gonna bring it down. I'm gonna give it a second dislike. That Geiger.
Yeah, I would have like enjoyed more spice. This is not spicy at all. This is like a trend we have with these snacks where they show something that's like covered in like fire and whatever and red chili peppers everywhere, and then it's not spicy. It's fucking bullshit. But in the sweetness, I know everyone likes the sweet and the spicy, or the sweet and the salty together or whatever. It's not. I don't know. It's almost because of the lack of spice. It's almost too much sweet. The flavor is just weird, and for that reason, I will give it an indifferent. I do like the texture of the snack, like Chad mentioned, the crunch, but the actual taste is kind of not my favorite. So that's where I'll land.
All right, an unwelcome visitor for the want-wants.
Well, no, Geiger gave it a dislike. Or Geiger, you gave it an indifferent?
I gave it an indifferent. I don't think it's terrible. Okay. I just don't love the flavor.
So, okay, well, we're tied then.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple dislikes and indifferent. We still have some potato sticks coming up later. See if those can compete.
Don't worry, I've got some potato sticks later. It sounded so disdainful.
I looked at the bag. I didn't know how to sell it. So. All right, Chad, segment time.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
Oh.
Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beautiful wood.
All right, I got some new theme music for this segment.
Yeah.
I decided to take a page out of Novak's book, make it interesting. We're gonna
a beautiful day in the neighborhood if you would just eat the goddamn duck.
Open your mouth. I'm putting the duck in. Okay. So
the song is now just instructions.
Now shit it out.
I'll wait for the shit.
Then I'll wipe your ass. So
that's nice.
That's full service, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Disney cruise, you get that extra level of service. Mickey comes around and wipes your ass after you shit out the duck he force fed you. That's how it goes.
Gosh, are you allergic to this?
Bet you get her shitted out twice as fast.
Great. That was a great Goofy. Okay, so we're going to go back to the website nextdoor.com. Nosy neighbor. Get some best of Nextdoor. Got a couple for you guys. You have to decide on a scale of 1 to 10 how many houses away you want to live from this person writing this post.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Okay.
I got a couple of these. Let's go through them. The first one says, help with cat. And I'm going to cut this out, but I want to take a picture of this cat and show it to you guys. So it says, help with cat. Okay, so I have a problem. My cat Tiffany loves to be an indoor/outdoor cat. The problem is that every time she goes out, she ends up in a fight that she loses 100% of the time because she's so small and untrained. Does anyone have any experience with feline self-defense training? Do you have a feline trainer that you recommend? I feel like that if she just had a few basic combat skills, she could hold her own a little better. So this is the picture that he posted of the cat, which is the cat is wearing a plastic cone, like a cone of shame, and it's smushing its face up in a very funny way. So Novak, we'll start with you. Feline cat trainer. How close do you want to live to this person looking for that?
Definitely confused about how, like, there's two options that this person knows their cat's losing every fight. One is that their cat just comes home, like, ripped up and, like, stumbling in. Or they're watching their cat right, lose a fight.
Oh, come on! Give him a left hook! Come on!
Feline training. Well, I guess if I'm going to live on this block, right, I'd rather live by this weak cat, right, than these badass cats that apparently are
further down the block.
Right. So don't really have a concern living next to this harmless cat. I'm going to give it a 1 house.
Okay. Geiger, do you think maybe this little cat just refused to eat the duck? Is that why?
I'm just disappointed in Novak's beta fucking answer. You should want that fucking macho ass rainbow cat. This is why America's losing. Our cats suck at fights. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm with Novak. I'm not sure how you're supposed to give quote unquote combat skills to a cat. Mm-hmm. I can barely get my cat to like chase a laser pointer, let alone like learn Krav Maga. So I
don't need all the skills, just a few basic moves.
Not just a few of them, like
the crane choke. Kick and you know.
Right. This is how you apply the omoplata. What?
Just teach it how to crotch grab. Should be good to go.
Just picturing like a Rocky training montage of the cats like running up a hill and chasing a chicken, getting strong, meow. So I will say, I mean, yeah, honestly, probably 5 houses away because I don't want to hear like screeching cat noises all night while like this cat just gets pummeled.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the strong cat is the other 5 houses away, so they meet in the middle, which is your house.
The strong cat. I'm going to walk out and there's this jacked cat just giving me the eye every time he comes out.
It's the HGH cat. Lives,
it's like Heathcliff or something, yeah.
Scraping a ball bat against this fence out in front of your yard.
All right, let's see what you think of this next one. This next one comes from Rick. Says, was it Arby's? Some kids talking about baby gravy. Does anyone know what this is? Geiger, what do you think? How close do you want to live to this guy?
How close do I want to live to a guy who doesn't know what cum is? It's pretty clearly cum if you just thought about it for 2 seconds. Does he think it's like made from the bones of like baby's bone marrow or something? Like
could be, yeah.
He was at Arby's. I think he thought it was like a new sauce. For the Big Montana.
I'll take a Big Montana with a side of baby gravy. Excuse me?
If you say so, pal.
I'm coming right up.
Let me just jack off into your sandwich. Wait, what? Yeah, that's what you asked me to do.
This guy actually wants us to do it. Well, I'm not going to do it then.
It's no fun when they want it.
I like how this guy says baby
the chase
gravy.
Is part of the fun.
The guy says baby gravy, and the guy behind the counter doesn't question. All right, doesn't like clarify. Just immediately marches to the back and rubs one out.
That's Arby's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess I'll live next door to this fuckwit. I mean, he just doesn't know what baby gravy is. There's nothing inherently wrong with that.
Okay, Novak, how close do you want to live to somebody that likes Arby's?
That's a great point.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought that part about.
Let's say 7 houses.
Wait till the kids start making jokes about the short and curly fries.
Fucking stupid. Okay. So stupid. All right,
Hilarious.
Here we go. To the little girl that threw a fully grown adult potato at my head this evening, I hope you are happy with yourself. I hope you had a good laugh when that potato bounced off my car and hit me again. I am a proud family man and Lexus owner and don't deserve vegetables flying at my head. This town has taken a turn for the worse. Thank you. All right, Novak, how close do you want to live to this guy that gets... Well, I don't know what he did to deserve the potato thrown at his head, but...
He bought a Lexus. I like to knock a potato at a Lexus or two. Who hasn't? At first I was on his side, but I admire the toss of this person that hit his car, bounced it right back into him.
Yeah, how hard did they hurl this potato?
This is Michael Jordan back in those like Nike commercials or whatever, where it's like off the rich guy, off the car, back off the rich guy, nothing but net.
Yeah,
I'm picturing like Captain America like throwing a shield and it's like pinging off of 6 things and hitting someone in the face.
Was this a potato or what was it? Higgs boson?
Was it the Higgs boson? What?
I'm gonna give this.
Yes, it was the Higgs boson. He was actually at the Large Hadron Collider.
The Higgs boson. Whichever scientist launched this Higgs boson at me. Let's say 5 houses.
Okay, Geiger, how do you feel about this guy?
I want to live far away from this guy for 2 reasons. One, there's 2 alarming notes in his message. One is that he declares himself, he equates a family man being on the same level as being a Lexus owner. Like he says a Lexus owner like it's the second part of his resume. Like I don't like.
He says Lexus owner. Oh, he says family man first. I'm proud family man and Lexus owner. Okay, that's good. At least
A, no one gives a fuck. First. Yeah. And B, he described the potato as a fully grown adult potato. Like he knows they don't have life cycles, right? They're not. Does he think
that
baby
potato
potatoes
had pubes and everything?
Yeah. I picked a new potato, a fetus. Yeah.
This potato's balls have dropped.
Also, I'm calling a little bullshit on how hard this person threw a potato that it hit him, bounced off a car, and then it bounced back in his face. Like, the potato's not made of rubber, okay? Yeah. An adult potato is... Adult potatoes get soft, they get wrinkly as they age. Mm-hmm. It's probably... I mean, to be frank, was a Higgs boson. So... so he's a liar if you think about it. So
to the man that threw this fully grown adult Higgs boson at me.
From a man who was at the super collider and caused this potato to collide with my face. I want to live like 10 houses away. This guy sounds like a prick.
Okay. All right, we'll see who this is. So we've done some polls. You know, sometimes people post polls that for various success. So here's a poll that somebody put up on Nextdoor. It says this. I'm reading this word for word, okay? It says, who like baked beans, bush baked beans? on sale at Fry's. 10 cans for good price. You like? Cans.
Wait, what were the choices?
What are the choices?
I'm not even done yet. It says you like ? Then cans. Period. Then he says. Then he says. I can't even Say it. Okay. Then he says, I'm sorry. Then he says,
Focus up.
beanpole.
What?
The two options are beans and baked bees.
What's the second option?
Baked bees. Bees. Like the insect bees. Who like baked beans, bush baked beans, on sale at Fry's, 10 cans for good price. You like cans, beanpole, beans, and baked bees. All right, I got the. You gotta hear about how close you want to live.
So he wants to know if I like baked beans or like really bees that are really fucking high.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I like
Sounds
cans.
like it could be like the script of the commercial. Who like baked beans? Push baked beans.
Then some guy pops in and goes, cans! Just holds up some cans. Baked bees! And they just cut him off before he says and. How many people, like, what's the poll at right now? Who answered?
It just says 7 votes, but it doesn't say what they voted for yet. So,
especially because both items are the same thing.
well, one of them makes honey, and the other one makes you fart. So, not quite.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he just doesn't understand how to type or speak. Mm-hmm. Which those are my kind of people. I don't want to interact with my neighbors, so I will say. Two houses down sounds innocuous.
All right, Novak cans.
Yeah, this person's got. Look, they're probably pushing 80. Right, at least.
Especially if they're eating this many beans.
I don't. They seem pretty harmless. I'm gonna say also 2 houses.
Okay.
Cans.
All right, this person says, neighbors, the holiday season is just right around the corner. I am looking to get my hands on some live adult raccoons as a little present for my not so nice neighbors. I am looking for at least 12 to 15 of those suckers.
Whoa.
And I'm going to have my handyman pop those in and around a couple of my cranky neighbors' houses.
Does
if
he
anyone
know that?
Have you told your handyman this? If anyone in the area has got any raccoons ready and available, or just knows a guy, please message me. Happy
Hey, you got a
holidays to
spare
all.
raccoon laying around? I'm just picturing him walking out to his handyman with this giant rucksack and like just squirreling, snarling like raccoons. I got a job for you.
Handyman does.
Vandalism, apparently.
Could you
You're gonna have him remove a section of his house and put the raccoon in? Like,
Can you straighten his
how's it gonna be
cabinet while
handy?
also like throw a bunch of rabid animals in my neighbor's yard? These two things go hand in hand. He does end the message with "Happy Holidays to all," so there is that. No matter what you think.
Like, is the plan to wait until these people need some work done inside their house and then sneak them in, or the handyman just is going to like
Break
take
it
out
in
a
their
couple
house.
screws of their porch? And,
Yeah.
slip it
Is this guy
underneath?
like a mobster, and the handyman is like slang term for his his guy that does all the dirty work or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, because you wouldn't want
Could
to
be.
wait till they need like a gazebo or something because meanwhile you got to fucking feed and water this raccoon the whole time waiting for the right time.
Yeah. How often do people get gazebos? So Novak, how close do you want to live with this guy?
This is trouble because
Mm-hmm.
the raccoons aren't his minions, right? They're not going to just annoy the neighbor he wants. He's basically just releasing these suckers out into the neighborhood, right?
12 to
Where they
15
can
of
just
them,
run
yeah.
wild. 12 to 15. And at most can live 10 away. So even if one raccoon per house, right, then I'm going to get hit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say 10 houses.
Okay.
Yeah. And the guy, has high expectations, I think. Like, that's a lot of raccoons to wrangle on short notice. Take it from me. And I think the other thing, raccoons are nasty. Like, raccoons are mean.
Yeah.
You don't want to be handling raccoon. Like, handyman, I know, but the handyman's probably not, like, equipped to, like look, if you're going to get revenge on me, do it your fucking self. Don't, like...
Not at all what a handyman does.
No. No. Not Ranger Rick. He's a handyman. I think the other thing, like, and so, like, I lose respect for the neighbor for not, like, taking responsibility for his own, I guess we're calling that a prank, right? But I'll say this too.
Some prank.
Hilarious. I left a rabid raccoon in your house unattended. Gotcha. I think this is also one of those, like, if, like, every time you walk in a room, there's an asshole and you can't figure out who it is, it's probably you. Like, if you hate 13 of your neighbors bad enough to loose a raccoon in their house, you're maybe the problem, I think. So I would love to live 10 towns away from this psycho, but I guess I'll take 10 houses because that's as far as I can go.
It's kind of funny, actually. I was at this children's museum here in San Francisco today called the Randall Museum, and they have a raccoon, like, in the, like, a live raccoon in there that you can see walk around or whatever. But we walked up to the cage that the raccoon is in, and there was, like, a handler right there, and he was, like, reaching in to, like, feed the raccoon or something, and he was also petting it at the same time. And my daughter said something like, oh, I want to, like, you know, I hope I can pet the raccoon. You know, she, like, wanted to pet the raccoon or whatever. And my wife was like, oh no, you know, like, raccoons will, like, bite you and, like, you know, that sort of thing, scratch you and stuff. And so you don't want to pet a raccoon. And then she says, but he's doing it, you know, and my wife's like, oh, well, he's a professional. And then he, like, turns around and he's like, the only difference between a professional raccoon handler and a regular person is I'm just used to getting bitten and scratched all the time. He, like, said that to, like, my daughter, and she's just, like, staring at him. He's like, I know what it feels like to get bitten. Most people are surprised. Okay.
I'm actually just a handyman.
Cool. I'm here to steal this raccoon from my neighbor.
I'm looking for a physicist who's got 12 to 15 Higgs boson particles.
I need to bounce them off all my neighbors' Lexuses. Okay. This next one is from Jean in Canyon Village. She says, people, when you are sitting in the comfort of your own home watching porn, apparently on a sound bar, from what info I can get, you may not realize that you are broadcasting it through my Samsung Smart Hub refrigerator. Please disconnect from my device. Geiger, what do you think?
Yeah.
You want to live next to
I think that sounds... We're talking about pranks. That sounds fantastic. Like, if any one of us owned like a Bluetooth refrigerator or something, I could definitely see us trying to do that to them. Maybe not now because we have kids in our houses and stuff, but maybe in the past.
Mm-hmm. When kids are at school, maybe just blast that moaning.
Now, normally I would have said this is like a guy covering up his porn problems for his wife by being like, it's the neighbors connecting to the fridge. But, like, the fact that it's coming out of his fridge maybe is...
Yeah,
like,
he'd have no reason to connect to the fridge.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Unless he likes to, like, enjoy a cool beverage while he jacks it. Or, like, he's, like, making a big Montana, and that's where he's, like, storing extra baby juice, baby gravy in the fridge for later. So I guess I'm not living next door to the person that plays the porn. I'm living next door to the person.
Well, you might be if it's their next door neighbor or something.
Free porn.
Maybe you're sandwiched in between them.
It's free porn though. It's bonus porn. Yeah, I'll live like 4 houses away. It's kind of innocuous and funny, but yeah, I don't want it playing in my house.
Okay, Novak, what do you think?
Yeah,
porn fridge.
Yeah, maybe it is like a cover up, right?
Yeah,
this guy just fucking the ice like dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
He plays that, and then His wife comes in. And
That's
says,
the most likely thing.
What's going on?
He's
like,
fucking
"It's
the
neighbors."
ice dispenser.
He's putting the moaning into the fridge, and then he's saying, "It's the neighbor's sound bar." Like, none of that really makes any sense.
Then why is your dick in the ice tray?
So they make fridges that just like you send your music to the like.
Well, like Siri can talk
fucking
through
point
them,
of
I
that?
think. and,
Yeah. There are some fridges that do that. They have like a little screen, and you can like
Yeah.
play music on them in the kitchen or something like that.
Or you could put the doorbell cam
Okay.
on them or something. Or you could play like earth-shatteringly loud adult content through it.
One of those few.
Those are the options.
There are some fridges where every time you open the door, it says "put it in my ass." Yeah, there are some that do that.
When you push the ice thing, it just moans really loudly. It's really awkward.
This is Mickey like piping in through. Come get the duck. Open the goddamn fridge.
You still got some leftover duck.
Put it in my mouth. My motherfucking mouth. I mean the duck.
You better finish that fucking duck by midnight. I'm watching you through this fridge's camera.
Yeah, you can get a
let's say
fridge that'll harass you. It's pretty
5
cool.
houses.
Okay. All right, last one here. Here we see what you think of this. This one's called Questioning Morals. Okay. This Sharon, her name is Sharon. She says, "Hi all. I want to first thank everyone for all their comments on my last post regarding my son's vaping device. The solution was to swap out his regular gum with nicotine gum so he would no longer have the urge to smoke in the house. However, this post is about another matter. I am a stay-at-home mom. So in my free time, I enjoy sitting in my living room and sometimes I notice people walking by and so forth. I have concluded that one of my neighbors, name not to be mentioned, is having an affair. I am wondering what I should do about it and if I should go tell the wife. I hate to stir the pot on this scandal, but there is no room for adultery in this neighborhood. Blessings, Sharon." So,
Wow.
So this woman does not like adultery, but has no problem subtly giving her kid nicotine gum instead of regular gum so that he doesn't smoke. Novak, what do you think? How close do you want to live to Sharon?
Ooh, Sharon. You sure, you sure you didn't mean to say Karen?
Sharon's a bit of a Karen.
Sharing a bit too much news in the neighborhood.
How do you swipe out the nicotine gum?
Tastes just like Wrigley's these days. You never knew.
Juicy fruit tastes like shit.
I would wait till he slept and pull off the icy hot patches he had and slap on nicotine patches. He never knew. It's the same exact thing. What? you did, huh?
Mom, why does my bubble tape have a Surgeon General's warning on it?
Yeah. Bubble tape nicotine gum. I took all the nicotine chiclets and I flattened them out with a hammer, rolled them into a ball, and stuck it in his bubble tape. And now he's chewed 4 tins of it in the last hour.
I filled his bong up with oatmeal.
The weird thing is, he claims to still get high.
I replaced his insulin with heroin. It's fine.
I'm gonna have to be a good 8 houses away.
Okay, Geiger. How about you?
This is like
She might give you the dirt on who's having an affair if you get in good with her.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the definition of nosyneighbor.com. This is what the name was for. I mean, this is just a woman with nothing else to do, putting 2 and 2 together. Like, what if this is like somebody's sister is going over to visit and there's like a caretaker or something? You don't know that they're having an affair.
Right?
Yeah, it could be fucking the sister. That's a good point. My son was fucking my friend, so I just replaced her with his sister, and now he stops wanting to fuck her. He never knew the difference until all of a sudden one day. Problem solved. Yeah, I want to live pretty far away from this wretched. I mean, like, morals aside, I just don't like people that want to get all up in people's shit.
Okay, so how many houses?
Pretty
far houses?
8. Okay. Pretty far. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, nosyneighbor.com.
All right, let's eat these Utz potato sticks, shoestring potato snacks. Papitas Fritas. It's a pretty hefty bag, actually.
There's a lot of fucking potato sticks in this.
You guys ever had potato sticks before? Probably, like a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. I actually get picnics probably once a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really like them.
They all have a very specific taste.
They used to come when we were kids, and you'd buy like the 20 pack of little potato chips to put in your lunch. And if you got the Jay's one, they used to come with the shoestring potato.
Mm-hmm.
But do you normally buy this Utz brand or different brand?
No. Picnic is just I think it's like PIK.
Oh, that's the brand. Picnic. I see. I thought you meant you get them for picnics. I was like, oh, and then you said once a month. I'm like, this dude's doing a lot of picnics. Really enjoying the summer, I guess.
I feel like I remember eating a bunch as a kid. We would get them in they'd almost come in like a Pringles can shaped thing.
Yeah, they're it's like a wider version. They still do.
Oh, okay.
Dad, can we go on a picnic? You bet. Grab the shoestring potatoes. Let's go.
Can't have a picnic without them shoestrings. Your kid's full. He's like pushing the bag away at the picnic, and you're like, "You're not going to finish those shoestrings, Mickey. Come over here. You got to finish those shoestrings." Clapping a baseball bat.
Just hold them up to their mouth. Force it in.
Now shit out the shoestrings.
Mickey, really real shit fetish she's got going on. I'm starting to think this is more for his amusement.
I like shoestring potatoes quite a bit. I actually would give the other brand that I eat more regularly, probably would give those a love. These, I think, are not as good. They're not salty enough. It's just too very plain potato tasting. I do like the form factor of a shoestring potato. It's a nice crunch, and it has a potato chip type of feel to it. This one's just not salty enough. I'm gonna give it. I like them though. I'm gonna give it a low level like that. Geiger, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the thing with shoestring potatoes, I don't know, they taste less fried. It's almost like a baked. Tastes like they're baked. That's probably wrong. I'm sure they fry them, but I agree. This one needs to be saltier. I hope they were made from adult potatoes, but I think.
Oh, actually, look, the first ingredient says Higgs boson.
made from the finest Higgs boson. I think it tastes fine. I am with you. I was just wishing there was more salt, but I like them. I'd eat them. I think they're tasty. I just wish a little saltier. They're just a little, like you said. I thought you nailed it when you said they were just a little too plain potato tasting.
All right, we got a couple of likes. They've more than likely won the episode already. But Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you guys are saying what need to be said. They're good. They're good. I like them a lot. I think if they were just a little bit saltier, just not to say the same thing you guys said, but I agree completely. These could probably be a love daf for me. I think they're very tasty. I'm actually going to give them a high level like that. I think they're quite good. I plan on finishing this bag. I mean, not tonight, but
welcome
over
visitor
the course of my life.
Yeah, there's quite a bit in there. They are the winner of today's episode by a large margin. Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
If you've ever been forced at knife point to eat duck and shit it out in front of Mickey Mouse, we have a survivors group for you. If you're that poor guy who's been Munchausen into eating nicotine gum, if you like baked bees or bake bean, fill out this bean poll. I will give him credit. We didn't, cans. We didn't quite talk about the good play on words there. It's like a poll about beans, but also bean poll is like a thing, right? So that's
Yeah, I'm sure that was an intentional joke by this old fuck.
Wow. Okay, a lot of hatred
Can't even
for this
use the
guy.
fucking computer right, but he's out here like slinging zingers left and right.
Yeah. Do you like baked beans or baby gravy? If you would like to let us know what you think the snacks we tried, suggest a snack, ask a question with a mailbag, do anything cool like that, you can get a hold of us at youtrideit@gmail.com. You can listen to us on YouTube and Instagram and anywhere you can't listen to us on Instagram, but you can find us on Instagram. We're on X, we're on Facebook, hashtag you tried that group, all that good stuff. Let us know what you think of the podcast. We'd love it if you could leave us a review or some stars or a comment or two. And if you do enjoy it, if you could tell your friends and family, that'd be great. And as always, thanks for listening.
All right, real quick. You get this choice. You can either eat the finest meal prepared, like whatever you think the finest meal would be, very expensive version of it. Say it's like Wagyu or something, that whatever you would think is the best, prepared by whatever chef you want. All right, but mixed in with the sauce, cooked in is some baby gravy. Right, it's cooked in.
The sauce?
Yeah,
There has to be a sauce? Okay.
There's gonna be sauce.
Oh, like a tablespoon? How much are we talking here? Quarter cup?
It's cooked in. You just know, it's cooked in.
I just know there's some cum.
You don't know how much. Yeah,
We know it's the
one load.
the baby gravy. It's one load of baby gravy
One
from the
load.
chef.
How much? A tablespoon? One load is the proper measurement there for cum. We measure cum in loads.
Do you guys ever have that? You had like the metric scale, or it's like one, so many cups equals a pint, and then this is like how many loads equals a tablespoon.
We need to
didn't
stop.
see it.
We need
It's
to
just
stop
cooked
using
in.
gallons and stuff, and be like, I'm buying 37 loads of milk. That's what I'm getting.
You can't see it. It's mixed in. It's prepared perfectly, served in a nice restaurant, or you eat one Arby's sandwich.
It's served in a nice restaurant. What a nice restaurant, making me eat cum.
You eat one Arby's sandwich in Arby's. That's your other choice.
Oh, I have to be at the Arby's?
Oh, ooh, boy, that makes it tough.
That's a deal killer. Give me the cum. I want to go back to where Chad wants to replace the gallon measurement with loads. How much are you fucking coming, my man? Enough to eat 1 gallon?
No, that was 37 loads. I think,
Oh,
is what
okay.
I said specifically there.
That's
Yeah,
better
but,
there. That's better. Yeah, like,
37 on a Philip again.
I mean, if you wait like a week and a half between loads, maybe each time.
yeah. That's a
This
busy
is
day
a
at Arby's.
year of my cum.
Would you? I mean, look. The quick answer is to say you're just going to eat the Arby's.
Yes,
Yes, of course.
The correct answer is to say you're going to eat the Arby's. I like
But-
Arby's. I like Arby's.
It's
The roast beef is
in.
good. Well, it's cooked in.
It's just the sauce.
just scrape the sauce off with your fork, okay?
The
You probably only
meal
get like
ever.
a couple million sperm in your mouth. That's it.
It's cooked in.
Do I?
It's not like
Keep repeating that. It makes it sound better every time. No, I don't think you understand that the sperm has infused with the meat.
It's an infusion, and then I have a semen foam over here to drape across the meat. I definitely know there's some frothy ejaculate in my food. That's what we're saying. Like I know it's not like I ate. Like I just will find out later that there's cum in it. Because I can find out later there's cum in my Arby's too. I gotta be honest.
it was a trick. The Arby's
I had to pick up the Arby's and there's just cum dripping off the sides. I think I've been had. This doesn't seem right.
This isn't even cooked in.
There's no roast beef. It's just 2 pieces of bread with cum between it.
I just ate a big cum tana. What is that?
I like Arby's. I think it's good.
I mean, okay. Would you notice, like, okay,
How dare
like
you.
how cooked in? Like, so if I cut the Wagyu, right? Is my medium rare Wagyu, instead of being pink, it's going to be pink with some shades of clearish grayish? Or
the cum is inside the meat somehow.
it's Geiger, it's cooked in, okay?
It's been marinating in cum for weeks.
The guy cooks the sauce separate, right? Comes in the sauce, finishes cooking it, and then kind of pours it over across the top of the steak.
So I can't get the sauce on the side, you're saying? So that I could like drink it all
but
at
it's
once.
not necessarily inside the steak, right? It was cooked separate and poured across.
But he got some of the sauce on the side of his leg. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could willingly ingest a man's cum. You prude. Well, fuck that. I'll cancel this anniversary dinner I had from my wife. That lazy man.
Honey, we're going to Arby's.
I think I'd take the cum Wagyu. I don't think you would taste it because of how cooked in it is.
Yeah, it would ruin the whole time. I'm not even tasting the Wagyu. I'm just wondering, like, is that the cum? Where's the cum? Did I get the cum? I guess I would know it's because the sauce is on the meat. But ugh.
I mean, isn't that part of the fun? Wondering if you got the cum? I would want to know if I got the cum. I'd be asking him between every bite. Was that bite the cum? How about this bite? Is this a cum?
Have I been bean boozled?
And then he goes,
surprise.
And then he says, after you eat it, he says, now shit out the cum. That's what he says.
Someone didn't finish all their cum. Shit. Mickey's here.
Open your mouth so I can put more cum down it.
Whoa.
I hope everyone stopped listening a while ago. So that'll do it for this time. We'll be back next time on Trying Out 3 Grand News.
Yeah.